Everybody's just dying. Everybody's just dead. Oh, jeez. Ew. Just to make sure, none of you were forced to join, right? That's literally the I do not give a fuck face. This is going to be a doozy. Okay, so this is my first experience with a Project Moon game. I, in quotation marks, know about their games, at least the first two, which are Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina, but even saying that is a bit of a stretch because I don't really know anything about them. I know a bit of the gameplay for Lobotomy Corporation, and I know like 2 characters from Library of Ruina. I didn't even know that Limbus Company was a thing until I saw a video about it. The only thing I know for certain is that this is in the same world as the previous 2 games, and that it's made by Project Moon, who are, let's just say, a bit brutal when it comes to storytelling. So let's just get started on mentally scarring myself. Oh, right, I haven't downloaded it yet. Well, that's fine, I could just read through whatever this is. We understand the unique situation you find yourself in, Executive Manager. Allow us to lay down a number of key factors about our world. These wings contribute to the quality of life in the city via astounding technological feats known as singularities. Under the has fallen since the White Nights and Dark Days incident, and the spot of Ness L wings remain unclaimed to this day. Because of this, exactly as the name suggests, a tree branch radiating a golden glow. Your objective as Executive Manager is to obtain the golden ball. After the wing's unexpected and swift collapse, most of the branches were subject to a burial protocol, trapping those creatures underground alongside the likely oblivious employees on the course of action. In addition, they expect ego from abnormalities to be available via emotional attachment. This green substance, which normally exists in liquid form, is known to induce a considerable sense of relaxation. The former are the all-around handyman of the city, handling their clients' various causes and incidents. One doesn't simply become a fixer by declaring to be one. In order to acquire a fixer license officially, one must, as some aptly put, there are as many offices as there are fixers. A great number of offices exist in the city, seeing constant waves of new entries as well as those sucked up by metaphorical reptiles. Oh, that's it. Well, that's a lot of information. At least I know a bit more about the world, and the download's still not finished. Oh boy.
Nope.
Oh no, I think I broke it. Oh, I had to start the download all over again. Yay! Oh, and there's still another. Why is there another download? Right, let's try this again. There you go, now it works. God, oh. I'm still questioning why it's in Windows mode and not in full screen, but still. Please don't tell me it broke again. What is this? This is the start of the game, where I'm trying to start the game, and problems are already here. What is happening?
Oh no.
It's been 22 minutes of nothing but loading. Actually, no, it's been more than 22 minutes because I paused the recording during loadings and crashes. Are you okay, Limbus? Is something happening? God, I finally got it to work. Holy shit, I just needed to close OBS and Audacity. I just had to close all of my recording program. Just for this to load. Why do I don't know anymore. Okay, 2 crashes and half an hour of downloading and loading. This is literally the worst start to a game I've ever had. The funny part is that the actual start of the game, you know, the visual novel style cutscene, yeah, that's good. The getting into the game, on the other hand, is not for some reason. Well, anyways, about that intro cutscene thing, it's not exactly going well either. We don't know where we are, we don't know who we are, or why we have a clock for a head. We're currently getting chased, and... Oh, I think I just got stabbed! Yeah, this sucks, but that's fine, for the soon-to-be crew is soon to be here. Damn it, why am I being attacked? Not good. Memory decay already? It's done too quick.
이거 무슨 소리야? 표범, 설마 뒤에다가 추적자들을 달고 온 거야?
아니, 쫓아올 자는 아무도 없었어. 짐승일 확률은
That doesn't sound like a wild animal, dude. Just saying.
짐승 소리가 아니야. 이건 버스.
저런 게 어떻게 여기까지 굴러들어왔지?
조난당한 버스인가 본데? 길을 잘못 든 죄값은 생각보다 무거울 테.
Okay, that's a great start. I'm getting chased and then one of the chasers got hit by a bus. Where the hell did the bus come from?
밀린 거야? 여전히 내 눈이 틀림없다면 당신은 영광의 항구에 이르겠지.
Who are you? That nameplate says Faust.
어두운 숲에서 길을 잃었군요.
What?
하지만 당신은 두렵지 않았어요.
That's because I could simply lift my head to find the star.
그래요. 이제 그 형상을 되뇌면서 제가 하는 말을 마음으로 외치세요. 너의 별을 따라가거라.
Follow your star. Followed by a sensation of multiple chains penetrating. What is happening? At this point, my brain stopped working, so I'm just going to skip ahead to the part where it does start working again. After some time passed. What, the explanation was just that? So let me get this right. As long as I do what you say, those complete strangers who I've never met before will fight in my stead.
맞아요. 당신이 올바르게 명령을 내린다면요.
Right, then let's slaughter these. Ah, yeah, there's actual swearing. I love it. Right then, let's slaughter the shitheads. Ooh. Ah, yes, the tutorial fight. This should be easy. Wait, hold on. Why is the skip button still there?
잠깐만. 방금까지 싸웠던 사람이 말하긴 그렇지만 이건 대화로 풀 수 있는.
Well,
이건 이상적이지 않소.
처음부터 말이 안 되는 싸움이라고 생각했는데.
oh god.
다들 장난해? 난 시작도.
Yep, they're all dead. This is truly the worst start to a game I have ever had. Everybody's just dying. Everybody's just dead. What the hell? You said you fight my stead.
이겨준다는 말은 안 했어요.
Okay. Okay, Faust. And this is the absolute best thing that anyone could have said in this situation. Even though everyone else is dead by game logic and story logic, I have to live. For that to happen, something or someone needs to step in and save me.
거짓 사자. 이건 막을 수 없는 흐름이라고.
Man with red eyes. That, oh, you guys are so screwed.
내가 왜 팔다리만 잘라낸 줄 아나? 그래야 사지 멀쩡한 네가 저들을 데리고 허둥지둥 이곳을 벗어날 테니까. 달아난 팔과 다리를 대체해줄 놈이 너밖에 없으니.
붉은 시선.
그렇게 노려보지 마. 네 놈들이 해놓은 짓에 비하면 별것도 아니잖아. 그 정도 부상이면 위에서도 충분히 할 일 했다고 생각할 거다. 혼장처럼 여기라고. 아니면 여기서 명줄을 놓고 싶은가?
Oh. Yeah, the big boss himself has stepped out. Alas, everyone else is dead. But not to worry, you remember this moment? Well, that let me do this. Rewind. What? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by an excruciating stab of pain in my chest, as though my heart were beating or being torn asunder, followed by flashes in the ribs, intestines, stomachs, and lung. Stomach, not stomachs. Ah! I couldn't even tell where the pain was coming from anymore. I let out a cry of pure agony as I felt my body twisting, breaking open. My consciousness fading, the only thing I could perceive was the sight of mutilated bodies around me, inexplicably regenerating. Sadly, that did hurt me, and the pain absolutely floored me. By the time I woke up, I was in the bus. This is where we get introduced to the entire crew.
상쾌한 아침. 나는야 버스 기사 카런.
Karan, the bus driver. Look at her. She's cute. She's adorable.
아침은 아니지만 상쾌하긴 하겠어. 기분이 어떻습니까, 단테?
Dante. That H is... God, emphasizing the H so much. I love it though. Well,
제각거리는군. 의사소통이 안 되는 건 제법 곤란한데.
Right, they can't understand me.
베르길리우스라고 합니다.
Virgilius.
이 말이 제대로 들린다면 무언가 이해했다는 행동이라도 취하시죠, 단테.
Thumbs up. I gave him a quick nod. He didn't seem hostile.
좋아, 듣는 것엔 문제가 없군. 일단 출발하지, 카론.
출발할게. 부릉부릉.
His heavy roar and vibrations still echoed from the bottom of deep mire. It was then I realized I was aboard a bus. A bus, I can't be sure if I've ever ridden one or such a vehicle in the past.
당신이 누구였는지는 기억합니까?
You were? Absolutely not. I shook my head to say no. I had just been reminded that my head was now a clinking mechanism of sorts.
원래 기억을 되찾고 싶겠군. 그렇지 않나?
Yes, please. I nodded. I sure felt like an idiot.
아, 매끄럽군. 다들 이렇게 몸짓으로만 말하면 안 되는 건가? 어떻게 생각하지, 파우스토 씨?
파우스트는 사양하고 싶어요. 저희가 매끄럽게 몸을 움직일 수 있는 상황이 그렇게 많지는 않을 것 같으니까요.
She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair, glistening even without sunlight, gives off a rather mysterious air.
단테.
Dante. Come to think of it, the man with red eyes has been calling me that too.
단테는 당신의 이름이에요. 이름까지 잊으셨군요.
How bad. Sure looks like it. And that doesn't sound familiar at all.
점차 익숙해질 거랍니다.
Wait, you can understand me? The group that attacked me earlier, and that Virgie, or whatever he's called, Virgie, okay, was called, seemed to hear nothing but ticking for me.
파우스트에게는 제대로 된 단어로 들린답니다.
You actually can? But how? I don't even have a real mouth.
그런 구시대적인 발상은 머리를 바꾸어서 생긴 건가요? 성대나 혀 따위의 발성기관이 있어야만 대화를 할 수 있다는 건 시대착오적인 이야기죠.
That's true. Anachronistic. Right, never considered that.
당신의 말은 한 사람에게만 보낼 수도 있고 모두에게 전달할 수도 있답니다.
Huh?
모두라는 말은 수정해야겠군요. 수감자들에게만 해당하는 이야기예요.
The sinners. I'm guessing it's the dudes.
당신의 뒤에 앉아있는 방금까지 당신을 대신해서 싸운 사람들을 말하는 겁니다.
Fought in your...
그대가 이 여정을 함께할 마지막 조각인가? 얼마나 기다렸는지 모르네.
아, 형씨. 머리통은 어디다가 팔아넘겼어?
당신이었군요. 당신 덕에 박살나 있던 척추가 말끔하게 돌아왔어요.
I don't...
혹시 둥지에서 의사 일이라도 했나요?
다들 닥쳐라. 잡음이 겹치는 것만큼 불쾌한 것도 없으니 자기 소개가 필요한 시점인가 보군. 그럼 가벼운 인사를 나눌 시간을 주겠다. 앞에 앉은 것부터 시작.
왜 이름은 항상 앞자리부터인지. 앞에 나서는 건 이제 진절머리가 나는데. 당신이 우리를 이끌 뭐더라? 관리자라고 하던데.
Manager.
그래. 그래서 어떤 인물인지 굉장히 궁금했는데 말이야. 역시 뭔가 말을 만드는 건 어려워. 머리통은 어디 팔아먹었는지 모르겠지만 저마다 사정은 있는 법이니까. 나는 그레고르라고 한다. 잘 부탁한다고, 관리자 양반.
I am Gregor. We're in this in a minute. Oh, we got little introductions. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to oversimplify this because trying to read that is pain to the eyes. So, we have Gregor, a normal dude if you ignore the emotionally unstable bug hand.
그래, 양반이 뭐야 양반이. 이제부터 우리한테 엄청난 돈을 가져다 줄 사람한테.
Rodion, she loves money because reasons.
아차, 내 정신 좀 봐. 예, 다음은 네 차례야.
안녕하세요.
Sinclair, the only person I feel like shouldn't be here, but he has potential, so.
그럼 거기 괴짜 친구가 다음 타자하자.
이상이라.
Yi-sang, a researcher from... who talks weird.
답답하네요. 사회생활의 첫걸음은 인사잖아요.
Ishmael, an actual normal person.
미안하게 됐네. 나는 사회생활하고는 거리가 좀 멀어서.
Heathcliff, the British batter bashing brains for fun.
드디어 이 몸의 차례인가? 난 도쿄테이스.
Don Quixote, the overly energetic fixer fangirl who is absolutely my favorite character in the game.
홍루라고 한답니다. 잘해보자고요, 우리.
An optimistic and very blunt rich boy.
요슈.
Ryoshu, she's a sadist.
메르소, 그렇게 불러주시겠습니까?
Mersault, a butler who is borderline robotic.
본인은 오티스라고 합니다. 이전에 실례했던 부분을 사과드리고 싶습니다.
Otis, a corporate suck-up, or a yes man, or actually I guess in this case a yes woman.
제가 마지막이네요. 파우스트입니다.
Faust, smart. That's it. Side note, while these guys are still talking, this feels like such a weirdly global crew. I don't know where in the world any of them are from, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Yi-sung is Korean, Honglu is Chinese, Ryoshu is Japanese, Heathcliff is British, Mersault is French, and Don Quixote is Spanish. These two, maybe three, are somewhere in Europe, and I have absolutely no clue where the other three are from. I kinda wanna look it up to see how many I got right, but I don't really want to in case of spoilers. Now that everyone is introduced, let's kill some stuff. Man, this looks actually really... Okay, I'm going to stop this right here because essentially the entire 2.5-hour recording session, at least the combat part of it, is just tutorials. And nobody wants to see that, so I'm just going to go over the important bits. There's a few things you need to know. Let's start with health. The health bars in Limbus Company are a bit special. They have these lines through them called stagger thresholds. When your health goes under that line, you get staggered, which stuns you and makes you take double damage. Obviously, you don't want that to happen, so if you want to prevent that, you have to win clashes. What are clashes? Well, that is something that happens when you and the enemy you're targeting attack each other. Instead of just taking turns damaging each other, Limbus Company takes a unique approach when it comes to combat. And it is the most complicated thing that I've ever had to simplify. There's technically four things you need to keep track of during a clash. Base attack power, added attack power, the number of coins, and sanity. When you start a clash, you and your opponent will have to flip all your coins. If the coin glows, it means that it landed on heads and you can add this number to this number. Bigger number wins. But that's not the end of the clash. The coins don't only increase your attack power, it also tells you how many times you could lose a clash. When you lose a clash, instead of taking damage, you will lose a coin. You will only take damage if you lose a clash with 0 coins left. If you want to win clashes more often, you should also keep track of your sanity, something the world of Project Moon desperately needs. The higher your sanity, the more often the coins are going to land on heads, which means you're going to get stronger attacks more often. Something that also helps with clashes is resonance. When your team uses multiple attacks of the same color, that color will get stronger. Using 2 attacks will buff one of the 2, while getting 3 or more will boost all of them. This will also trigger some character passives, as some of them need resonance of a specific color to activate, while other passives need resources and not resonance. Resources are something you get for using an attack, and it's kind of obvious which attacks give you which resources. Those resources are also needed for something else. This is EGO, or at least that's how they're written. I'm just going to call it egos. They're your super special attacks that hit really hard. You need a certain number of resources and sanity to activate it, and you get a cool animation if you do. Do note though that this is a double-edged sword. If you use your ego too much, or if your sanity is too low, you will get corrupted. In this form, you can only do ego attacks, and though the animation has changed and it does do more damage, it also has the chance to hit your own teammates instead of the enemy. If you want to do the extra damage without the friendly fire, you could overclock your ego instead. Though, fair warning, that overclock ego is going to be more expensive, and if you can't cover the cost, well... Finally, we have the taskbars, where you can keep track of everything. Resources, passives, health, sanity, and you can even tell when an ego is available. It's also, you know, where you choose your attacks. Now that the important bits are done, we can continue where we left off. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, let's play this first.
출발할게. 부릉부릉.
지옥으로 출발하지.
Alright, now that we're back to the bus, Charon's having a grand old time driving the bus while me and Gregor were having a chat. Felt rather awkward to close my eyes again now that I was wide awake. That's when the conspicuously bearded man grabbed my attention. I mean, glasses. Know where we're going off to now? A feature far more conspicuous than his beard made me slip.
방금 벌레 양반이라고 부르려고 했지?
I'm sorry, Gregor.
다시 한번 말하자면 내 이름은 그레고르요. 당신이 시계 대가리가 아니라 단테라고 불리듯이.
Okay, well deserved that one. I couldn't find any excuses, so I just gave back a light nod.
어이, 기사 양반. 우리 지금 어디로 가는 거야?
다시 한번 말하자면 내 이름은 카론이요. 당신이 벌레 양반이 아니라 그레고르라고 불리듯이.
Okay, he got you there. She got you there. Yeah, she got you there.
건전도 못 건졌네.
베르가 말했어.
Me and Dante think alike. I said what Dante was going to say before he even said it. Why do you...
수감자들은 사구로 간다.
방금
Oh my god.
사고라고 말했는가?
My ears, Don Quixote. Calm down.
그곳은 연두낭자의 출신지로 유명하지. 영웅의 발자취는 그때부터 시작되었다네. 바야흐로.
Oh god.
아까부터 시끄럽게 쫑알쫑알.
No, Heathcliff, calm down. Do not hit the child.
입 다물고 조용히 좀 가지.
나는 아까까지 입을 다물고 있었네만.
말 대답하지 말라고.
이봐요. 본인이 더 시끄럽다는 건 알아요?
죽어도 살아난다고 해서 아프지 않은 건 아니야. 한 번만 더 주둥이 놀려봐.
옳은 말을 했는데도 돌아오는 게
Oh, no.
폭력이라니. 수준 알만하네요.
Point you are. I contemplate for a second. Should I step in? This is the part where I exercise my authority as the manager with dignity and grace. Faint memory urges me to do something. Don't do it, Dante. Don't do it. Now, guys, it's advisable to lose your. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Actually, wait, no, that's a sword, or a blade, not the sword. That's a blade. They both have clubs, don't they? Who did that?
모분조도. 모가지를 분질러야 조용해지지. 도야지 같은 새끼들.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, that's a spear. That's Don's.
이유 없는 폭력은 용서받을 수 없다네. 그대는 내가 응징하지.
God damn it, Don.
아, 이럴 줄 알았어.
Well, that ended horrendously. Now I have to revive 3 people. Thankfully, I, with the help of Faust, managed to revive them. How exactly? By going to the gates of hell, of course. At that, I felt a threat of light creeping into my sight. As if to open my eyes, I embraced that light. Then I saw space. I was alone there, and a massive door stood before me. It wasn't a pleasant sight. Suffocating heat and agonizing cries seep through the gaps. Hearing the endless laments and wailing for even a split second makes me feel faint. However, I'm approaching the door, grasping at its handles as if it's what I was born to do. Ew! Ew! No! Despite being seemingly heavy, pulling it open was surprisingly easy. I grope about in the door, thousands upon thousands of last wails lay within, and reaching inside, I grab a few unknown hands. I can feel the histories of different sins bearing their brands crawling up my hand onto my arm. Okay, why did that take me so long to read?
고통을 나눌 준비가 되었나요?
Hey, wait, hold on. Could that have been the question, or rather, pressure to comply? I pulled forth the sinner, grasping my hand with all my strength. Ah! A terrible pain spread through my neck and head. It's so crushingly severe that makes me wish I were dead. The indescribable sensations of bone and muscle twisting, entangling with each other, goes on for what feels like an eternity. My legs weren't prepared to endure all this agony. I fell to kneel atop the pool of blood in helplessness. Then I see it. Trembles in the bloody pools, gradually growing into waves of bubbles rising from the floor. Ooh. Oh my god, yeah, her face is completely gone. Ryoshu's was okay. Soon, that blood soaking on the ground coalesced into 3 masses. Then the agony that seemed to last forever vanished. Just like that. You're welcome, by the way. As the lumps of blood rose into the air and flew away, my sight was cleared in dreadful redness, returning to the grumbling bus.
목이 베어졌다가 붙어버린 신경은 어떻지? 두근거리던가?
Right as Heathcliff is restored to consciousness, he rubs his neck, mutters vulgar words, and approaches Ryoshu. Hold on, I just brought you back and you're going to straight into another fight? Heathcliff turns around to glare at me, his eyes are those of a man devoured by blind fury.
어차피 살리는 게 대기 할 일 아닌가?
Okay, I know it's my job to bring you back, but I'm not gonna bring you back if you're just gonna kill each other again.
할 거 있으면 그 가짜는 시계 대가리째로 부수기 전에 저리 짜져 있어.
잠깐만요. 단테 씨가 괴로워하시는 것 같은데 이쯤에서
Oh, for anyways.
고맙습니다.
Sinclair stood up with a pained moan and bowed to me before waddling back to his seat. Well, while the crew were getting scolded by Virgilius, the bus was slowly running out of fuel, and no one realized it.
잠깐. 버스에 정적이 흐르면 안 되지. 엔진 소리는 어디 갔나? 캐론, 왜 속도를 안 내는 거지?
밥이 없어. 메피가 배고파해.
잘 됐군. 분위기를 좀 환기시키지.
Are we dropping by a gas station? The idea of Virgilius casually plugging a fuel nozzle into the bus like an average driver felt alien, yeah.
차가 움직이려면 연료가 필요하지.
It also feels alien to Project Moon. The world of Project Moon.
캐론, 헤드라이트를 깜빡거려봐. 무대 조명처럼.
응, 댄스 타임이야.
Okay, Charon might be my second favorite character in this thing. And she's not a playable character, or...
잠깐. 헤드라이트까지 켜면 습격받기 딱 좋은 상황이잖아요.
I think that's the idea, Ishmael.
그걸 노린 거군.
네?
Ay, already? Wow, that was fast.
에이! 가진 거 다 놓고 내려. 30초 준다. 10, 9.
You get 30 seconds. Okay.
이봐! 20이 빠졌잖아. 그럼 20초 동안은 기도나 하고 있어라.
왜 이렇게 주변에 모자란 사람들이 많은 건지.
뭐라고 했냐?
비겁하게 습격을 하다니 틀림없는 악인들이로군.
자, 다들 내려. 그리고 말이야. 최대한 죽지 않을 만큼만 해줘. 알지?
Got it.
대로 하겠습니다. 좋은 전략이니까요. 좋은
With guttural noise, the side of the bus lurches and splits open. A number of human shapes littered the ground before its maw. Some were still conscious, while others weren't exactly in one piece. Then the bus begins devouring those served into it in the most literal sense, gluttonously, voraciously. Look at the saint. Look at her. She's happy. Ryoshu watched it with a satisfied expression, seemingly determined to savor every moment. Well, in the corner of my eye, Sinclair was clearly disinterested or distressed.
제정신이 아닌 것 같아요. 그렇지 않나요?
His reaction got me curious to know their stories. Just to make sure, none of you were forced to join, right? Though what I was involved in before my heads change is a mystery, I myself was practically forced to join the company judging from what I know at the moment. And maybe they aren't so different from me, or so I thought when Sinclair's head drooped down in response, like I struck a nerve.
그래요. 맞아요. 이건 제 선택이죠.
Oh well. You'll get the hang of it, buddy. You'll get there, buddy. I believe in you. Yep, the bus eats people for fuel. Yeah, that's the fast you explain it.
엔케팔린이에요. 로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 추출했던 에너지죠.
I read this in the loading screen, or in the download screen.
이전 엘사 말이군요. 특이점으로 에너지를 생산하는 회사라고 들었어요. 엘사가 몰락한 지금은 잔해밖에 남지 않았지만. 맞아요. 그래서 지금은 구하기가 꽤 힘들어요. 하지만 메피스토펠레스는 신체에서 엔케팔린을 강제로 추출할 수 있죠.
The body. I posed the question watching Otis give orders to the other sinners, then glancing over to the mod of the bus in turn.
네. 엔케팔린은 뇌와 척수신경에서만 추출돼요. 특히나 생명 활동이 있을수록 효율이 좋죠.
It makes sense now why Virgilius said, or Virgilius? I'm gonna call him Virgilius. Virgilius says we want them near dead, not dead. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, and?
그럼 해당 부위만 먹여도 되는 거 아니야? 라기엔 피와 근육도 연료로 쓰일 수 있어요. 엔케팔린이 시동과 추력을 위해서 필요하다면 나머지 생체 물질은 순항할 때 사용되죠. 엔케팔린이 되도록 천천히 소모되게 하기 위한 설계죠.
That's really smart.
하이브리드요.
Yeah, it's a hybrid bus. Faust went on to explain how most of the vehicle's fuel is taken from the branch facilities and that it won't be sufficient source on its own. But most of it went in one ear and out the other. Well, that's complicated. I got that it's tough work, at least.
뭘요? 파우스트는 고생하지 않는답니다.
고생은 우리가 하고 있지. 이봐, 관리자 양반 또 온다고.
Oh boy, more enemies.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
힘내.
아름답진 않.
Well, now that the bus has a full belly, it's time to go. But not before we add a new member to the team. Meet Yuri, a former Lobotomy Corporation employee. Conveniently, that's where we're going to, so she's going to be our guide. The team was mixed with their opinion about Yuri.
유리 씨는 무슨 일 하며 지냈나?
Gregor gave his best shot making some conversation with a well-meaning smile to put the new passenger at ease. His brow seemed to twitch due to a lack of practice, but it's no big deal.
내가 보아하니 그대는 해결사일 것 같소. 그들에게서는 모두 고결한 영웅의 냄새가 난다고 하더군.
Oh god. As Yuri was nodding lightly, I heard Ishmael let out a deep sigh.
어디서 그런 소식을 들었는지 모르겠지만 해결사는 그런 영웅들이 아니에요.
금세 다른 밥
I
버릇
skipped it on
쉽진
accident.
않았을 텐데 용케
I should.
해냈군.
Is there an auto button?
아직은
Is this auto story? Yeah, this is auto story.
아하, 굳이 다시 이곳으로 기어들어온 이유도 그거였겠네요. 예전 직장으로 돌아가서 크게 한탕이라도 치면 팀장 자리라도 주겠대요?
실적을 세우면 계약 기간은 늘어날지도 모르죠.
그렇지. 보통 계약직 시절은 실적 하나에 목숨을 걸어야 할 때니까.
아, 그거 참 부질없는 목숨이네요.
어이, 아까부터 왜 이렇게 비꼬는 거야? 뭐가 그렇게 마음에 안 들어?
글쎄요. 처음부터 끝까지 마음에 안 드는 거 천지라.
Oh, come on, what's wrong with it? Seemingly unaffected by the abrasive attitude, Yuri took an empty seat. What's wrong with him? There's nothing wrong with it. Looking back and forth between the two, Gregor returned to his seat while scratching his head. I don't think I'm gonna use auto. I want to read through this. I can't seem to get used to being around these people.
빨리 배어드는 편이 편할 겁니다, 단테.
Nah.
가론, 출발하지. 손님께서 자리에 앉았다.
메피 배 빵빵, 카론도 빵빵.
I love Charon. Just keep going then.
근데 지도는 제게 있는데요. 길은 어떻게 알고 가는 건가요?
Huh, that's a good point. Answerless, the bus keeps speeding on
그건
anyways.
말이지. 감이지. 카론의 감.
Oh no. Wait, that means that they found me. Charon drove to my location by pure chance. No?
네?
Yeah.
분홍머리. 카론 앞을 이상한 종이로 막는 이유가 뭐야?
This music is amazing.
계속 이상한 방향으로 가니까 그렇죠. 이 지도를 보세요. 우리가 가는 쪽은 남동쪽 방향인데.
It's literally the I do not give a fuck face. I do not care for your map. I am the driver. I shall drive us to where I want to go. Oh well, Karen reluctantly gives the map a cursory glance as she couldn't ignore the thing right in front of her eyes.
마음이 향하는 곳, 그곳에 진짜 길이 있을지니.
Yeah, Karen.
벌써 우리는 모두
Yeah.
나아가야만 하네.
Oh god, Charon and Dawn share one brain cell.
그냥 지도 보는 법도 모르는 길치라는 거잖아요.
제가 하고 싶은 말을 대신 해주실 줄이야.
Yuri and Ishmael put a palm over their respective places at the same time, almost like they were in sync.
우리 기사님 친구라도 생겼나 봐.
분홍머리가 계속 제잘거려. 난 길을 알고 있단 말이야. 아니 그러니까 방향이 잘못. 앞에 또 장애물이야. 부릉부릉 할까?
아니 카론, 기다려봐.
어이! 보스가 근사해 보이는데 나도 좀 타보자.
Is this the same dude No, this isn't the same dude.
메피스토펠레스의 후식 시간인 모양이군. 내리지. 아직 밥을 더 먹여야겠어.
카론, 이쪽이 동쪽일까요? 서쪽일까요?
Oh god, they're still trying to figure out the map.
카론은 두 가지 방향만 알아. 메피의 앞쪽과 뒤쪽. 지금까지 방향도 모르는 사람이 어떻게 운전기 생겼대요?
카론. 그러니까요.
Oh, even Sinclair's helping. Oh god. The driver's seat, the three heads gathered together over a map. Well, one of them might have been at the slightly different elevation from the others. Who, Sinclair? I mean, he is short. I mean, in the next standing is the other three, or is it, you know, the one driving the bus who's sitting down?
꼬맹이, 너도 저기 끼어 있어야 하는 거 아니야?
무례한 소리! 난 어린이가 아니라네! 꼬맹이는 더더욱 아니고!
Watching Donghita shake her face sky high at Rodiana's, a bitter gaze falling upon them out of the corner of my view. God, the height difference between these two are... While those three were bickering with the map, I was starting to get along with Gregor, and it wasn't long till we reached our destination. So, this is the old L Corp?
저도 직접 보는 건 처음이네요. 그 일이 있고 나서 시간이 오래 지나진 않았을 텐데요.
세상에. 어떻게 건물이 이 모양일 수가 있죠?
부잣집 도련님한테는 익숙하지 못한 광경인가 보군.
잡담은 그만. 하차한다.
My game. There are people
유리
over there.
씨와 같은 사무소의 해결사분들이에요. 엘사 지부에 이미 몇 번이나 방문한 적이 있는 경험자들이죠.
Alright, so we got more
인사하지.
people.
왼쪽에 있는 분은 홉킨스 씨, 그리고 오른쪽에 계시는 분이 아야 씨다.
안녕하십니까.
No, she looks chill. She looks very relaxed.
붉은 시선님, 직접 만나뵐 수 있어서 정말 영광입니다. 소문으로만 익히 들어왔었는데 이렇게 직접.
We got another. And it's not a suck up. It's not Otis. It's a fan. Not a suck up.
저 앞에 허름한 창고 보이지? 안쪽에 지하로 내려가는 계단이 있다. 계단부터는 여기 유리 씨가 맡을 거고.
네.
여기 해결사 분들도 경력직이니 돌발 상황에는 잘 대처해 줄 거야. 이만하면 되었겠지. 내 동행은 여기까지다. 보스.
Wait, what?
언제까지고 뒷바라지를 해주고 있을 거라 생각했다면 큰 오산입니다, 단테.
Dante.
혼자서 발 뻗고
Such an
쉬고
H.
있겠다는 건가?
애당초 내가 동행하면 너희들은 관광하러 내려가는 거나 다를 바가 없지 않겠나.
한마디로 실컷 쥐어 터지고 썰리고 오라는 거군.
보통 저렇게 말하면 항상 다른 꿍꿍이가 있던데.
편한 대로 생각해. 특별히 가이드 분까지 붙여줬으니 잘 해내고 오라고.
네, 잘 해내고 오겠습니다, 붉은 시선님.
Alright.
최선을 다해보긴 할게요.
Okay, so this next stage is the end of the chapter, and I have a sneaking suspicious feeling that this chapter, this canto, Canto 1, is supposed to be Gregor's story. I think he's had the most dialogue so far, or at least the most dialogue with us, and hell, other bug people were starting to pop up both in combat and in the story.
어디 앞장서는 거 별로 안 좋아하는데.
넌 뭐야? 왜 우리랑 같은 팔을 가지고 있지?
가만, 낯익은 얼굴인데.
주로 포스터나 잡지에 서식했던 적이 있지.
Gregor, do you know them from somewhere?
그런 게 중요한 건 아닌 것 같은데요, 관리자님. 옛날 이야기할 상황은 아니에요.
Yeah, true. And I have a suspicious feeling that this last stage is where the story is going to start picking up. But I'm going to save that for next time because if I am correct about this being the big story bit for Gregor, I don't really want to shove it at the end of what's essentially a 2.5 hour long tutorial. Plus, I am out of energy, so yeah.
늦은 건 아무것도 없습니다, 단테.
Why does he emphasize the H so much? There's no H in Dante.
최대에서도 제대로 기억하지 못하겠군. 두시는
나는 가벼운 인사를 나누라고 했다.
Oh, come on, Virgilius. Don't be such a killjoy. That was a good intro. Now you could continue playing through the story. I pressed skip! I am an idiot!
그렇다면 보좌관께도 충분한 의미를 전달해 줘야겠군.
The red hero's eyes grow deeper, much to my dread. No, stop. Otis, this is not the time to be a suck-up.
부탁합니다.
쉽네.
Damn, Heathcliff. Get him. 12. 8. Win the glass.
쉽네.
Got the double coin, yeah!
쉽네.
Damn, Heathcliff's on a roll. Oh my god, he killed everybody.
가만 안 둔다.
Nope, this is a different dude, no?
보스만 가지려고 했는데 너네도 전부 죽인다.
베르, 연료들이 시끄러워. 카론, 2명 이상 시끄러우면 어지러워.
Phil is making a fuss. No, oof. That's rough, buddy.